2015 F-150. Today we're going to do the transmission fluid. This transmission is a 6R80 and it doesn't have the conventional dipstick like we've all been used to for all these years. It has one that's down on the side of the transmission, so it has to be filled down there. It's kind of a pain in the butt. This transmission actually takes LV fluid. Do not put anything but LV/low viscosity in this thing, or that can spell trouble for you. I'm going to use this right here today. It is a Mac MV7201, but this is a Mityvac with a Mac sticker on it. So same part number for Mityvac MV7201. I will put a link to the Mityvac in the description. What this is a fluid extractor, and we can also put fluid back in it. So we got this valve on the side, dispense and evacuate. This valve just moves back and forth like so. Obviously we are going to be evacuating first. This here, we pop this up after it's evacuated, and then we can take the fluid out of this thing. Let's go ahead and climb underneath this thing and get it all hooked up. Alright guys, so this here is where we gotta fill it and check it. Alright, 19 mil fits on there. And then there's a dipstick that sits down inside of this. Okay, so this here is just a cap that sits on top of this. This here's your new dipstick. You just gotta kind of wiggle it. And there it is. So this vacuum has a 10 millimeter hose in it that's gonna fit right down inside of here. I want to run this thing over the top of the exhaust and down in. I'm gonna go back out and use the pump to pump this out. Let's see what happens. You can see it's still rising up pretty good. And no leakages. So that's good. I think that means we're sucking air now. 6 liters is actually just a shade over like it's like 6.5 quarts. So roughly 7 quarts we just pulled out. All through this, no pan drop. I mean, obviously we got to drop the pan because I'm doing the filter, and that will make a mess in and of itself, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as dropping the entire pan full. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start removing these pan bolts. There's one right there that's going to be a real nice joy to get to. Oh, mackerel. Okay. And I think okay. Now we drop that down that way, this way, and our freaking filter came right out. Wasn't expecting that. Well, this thing still has the original filter in it, so I'm gonna go with she ain't been changed before. Okay, I just wanted to show this to you guys. There's not a lot of material on these, especially for never being changed before. That is a really good sign. But we're gonna go ahead and clean this up. Got me, doesn't look like it right now because my hands are dirty, but brand new can of Denco. We're gonna clean all this stuff up, and I believe I'm gonna flip this over and put a coat of Alumablast on this. These right here all fell off the trans. These are all little tiny rocks that fell off on the way out. So none of that is transmission damage at all. All right, so I put a little coat of Alumablast just to make it look better. It also helps you with seeing leaks. So that's one of the top reasons I like painting these. This stuff is super awesome. I just barely painted it. It's already dry. I cleaned those magnets off, put those back in their home, and now I got the filter hanging over there ready to go. We're gonna spray around the bottom of the valve body with some of this, just kind of clean up a little bit. We're ready to throw it back together. Okay, back underneath, and I'm gonna drop this filter the rest of the way down. Alright, brand new filter going in. Alright. Boy, she's just a dripper. We're going to worry about cleaning up some of this stuff after we got the pen up here. The shallow end goes towards the back. So like that. Okay. Just want to get a couple of these started. And we can go around. Okay. And the last two are going to be the hardest two. Let's see. Cool, it's going. This may seem like a pain in the butt, but I did a 6L90. The whole exhaust has to come out on that thing. All right, so I'm just gonna go around and snug these up by hand. These are only about like 8 to 12, I think is what the spec is. So just snugging them up with a small ratchet is about right. Last one right here. We can go around and spray all this off. Oh, the mess that we made.
Two hours later.
All right, I was able to get this thing apart and clean it, get all the crap out of it. And now I've got brand new fluid in it. Got roughly 8 quarts in there. I'm gonna guess that's fairly close to what we're gonna need based on what we extracted and then what fell out with the pan and filter when we removed those. I have moved that to dispense, so going up. I don't have a valve for this. I don't know if it came with one. So my valve today to turn this off when I'm done or when I need to stop, so I'm just gonna flip this up. That'll release all the air out of here. Okay, I got that tube back up in there. I got a pan underneath it just in case it decides to come out for some reason. And let's get on it. Show you where we're at right now. Each one of these is roughly 2 quarts is what I've figured. So we got roughly 4 in here right now. I think when I get to about right here, I'm going to stop for a second, start the truck so the pump can pull some up, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to start it one more time and just let it pull it up. Also ran her through the gears a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this last quart in. Okay, now about all I can do is put this back in and then drive it. I had to deliver this F-150 to the owner before I got a chance to actually finish this episode. Basically what you have to do from here is take her for a test drive, and then that little dipstick that we pulled out, it's got a marking on it like a normal dipstick does at the bottom, and you just put it in the cross hatches and away you go. I'll try to put a picture right here of what I'm talking about. Real easy to read, but it is a pain in the butt. Compared to some other transmissions, though, it's not that bad. I don't know where along the way we've decided that having a normal dipstick is too expensive or something for the car, but yeah, it's a little bit stupid. There are some aftermarket dipsticks that you can actually put on a 6R80. I'll put a link to those in the description in case you're wanting to make it easier in the future where you don't have to get underneath to actually check your transmission fluid. If that was my truck, definitely I would be doing that. This is gonna be the end of this video. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Take care.